How are my spooky Halloween celebrations? This is them right here. What's up, Grammar? From the grave, HR. Thank you for the good luck. There are a couple good Halo 2 segmenteds. Search on Griffin's channel and Rokats. Oh, maybe Rokats are gone, but if you search on the YouTube channel, I think Griffin X is the URL. You should find a couple good segmented. I actually have dreams of redoing a segmented. Yeah, what up, Christian? I have some ideas that I don't even know if they're possible though for segmented that I want to grind. Did Rokats leave speedrunning? Yeah, he hasn't done runs in a while. And I think his YouTube channel got hacked. I think his YouTube channel turned into like a Roblox scam channel or something. I think it's Rokats that happened to. Is that who I'm thinking of? I think he like lost control of his YouTube. Yeah, if you look at his most recent uploads on YouTube. So his speedruns haven't been deleted, they're still there. But somebody hacked his YouTube. He doesn't have control of it anymore. You think you found something that saves half a second on regret? Spilled the tea, let's hear it. The second water elevator faster. There's only one level in Halo 2 that's actually a challenge without jumping, and it's not hard. The whole game is actually mostly designed so that you don't have to jump. Everywhere has ramps and walkways and stuff. Sacred Icon has a couple sections with ledges that you have to like jump up, but you can just melee cancel, and it's very easy. No, nobody knocked on my door. I live in a nice part of town. Have I ever run a 3-4-3 game? I've run every Halo game. Yo, serious, thank you. Go away. Yeah, I'm not really interested in doing a kill 'em all speedrun. I find the definition too ambiguous to actually care about it. I understand it's more of just like a show-off. It's more of like a skills showcase. But if I do that, I'd want to include a lot of crazy glitches and not just kill all the enemies. No. That's pretty fast too. Surprised I died so fast. Do you know which Halo 2 levels I have world record on? I have a playlist on my YouTube channel of most of them. It might not have been updated that recently, but it's at least fairly accurate. I have Armory, Cairo, Outskirts, Metropolis, Delta Halo, Regret, Quarantine Zone, Great Journey on both difficulties. And full game on both difficulties. What sensitivity I'm on? I think I'm on 5. Nice middle ground. It's fast enough. And you have to be able to be very accurate for your sword flies. So like, just like playing on 10, like some people think is the best, is not necessarily. It is true that if you can like aim faster, it's better. But 10 doesn't actually make you aim faster or more accurately for some of the sword flies. There might be some technical benefit to playing on 10 if you could learn it, but 10 for Halo 2 Classic's actually pretty fast, especially with the way the lag works. If you're turning during the middle of lag and you hold the input during the lag frames, it like skips. And on 10 sensitivity, those skips are like really big. It's very weird to play with 10 cents. Where is he? That's not gonna kill, is it? Did kill. Front, please. I randomly got recommended a guy on YouTube the other day who has a 144 on Legendary, which, I mean, it's 24 minutes off record, but I mean, a random guy I've never heard of with the 144 is pretty fast. For Halo 2 Classic Legendary, he uploaded it 3 days ago, so apparently somebody's running Halo 2 Legendary. Is that any of you guys in chat? I know it has to be someone who watches my stream, because he does like strats that only I do. I skimmed through one of his one of his PBs, and there's just some like, I don't know, I can tell like he watches streamers because he has some habits that only like certain players do. Yeah, but a 144 isn't an easy time. So, I mean, that guy's definitely put in some work. Yeah, it was that guy, Grammar. Detective Mono. I was kind of being a detective because I was wondering who the random guy was. The YouTube account is only 2 weeks old. How does a guy, like, who, first of all, in the world has a 2-week-old YouTube account? Like, nobody's just discovering YouTube for the first time 2 weeks ago. And then he's uploading, like, good Halo 2 speedruns. Not, like, good by a suspicious standard, because, like, 144 is a fine time. But it is a kind of weird thing to do, right? A random 2-week-old YouTube account uploading Halo speedruns. I wonder, I'm just like, I'm curious who it is. It would be cool if there's a new runner. Nails on Halo 2 Classic? Nails has already ran Classic in the past. His times are good. He doesn't like 30 FPS though, so he quit playing. But Nails has had some good times.
真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。 就往这方向。
No. Yeah, if a random guy gets down to 130 in a month, that's a pretty good time. That's not easy to do. I don't know. I don't actually have a good perspective on what a new player trajectory should be like in the current year, to be honest though. It's been so long since somebody's picked up Classic from a brand new perspective. Most of the people I know that play Classic are like returning players, so they already have like a baseline. I don't know. Nobody. I mean, this game's so old. There's like nobody new is picking up Classic. I guess Band Nerd is. Band Nerd has been learning the levels, but he won't listen to me for advice. So I mean, good luck getting good. He just grinds regret all day. He's riding elevators for 10 hours a day. Band Nerd seems like he's getting decent from the way he describes his grind, but he's been grinding Regret a bunch, and Regret is an elevator level. So like, I don't know, if your goal is to get good at a game, you should try to be efficient with your time. Or not Band Nerd, sorry, I meant Brand of Cereal. Their names are slightly similar. I meant Brand. I know that one of them is a very different person. Oops. But yeah, it's just saying you want to be efficient with your time spent, and like elevator levels like Quarantine Zone, if you're gonna play the second half, there's no reason to, or like Regret, there's no reason to ride the gondolas. You should instead be practicing the more mechanical levels like Gravemind or like most of Cairo Station. Oracle Lab Fight. Like skip doing the elevators and practice things like with checkpoints, or practice full of the shorter levels like Delta Halo or Uprising. Delta Halo's a pretty good one because it has a mix of grenade jumps and movement and vehicle driving. So I think that's a pretty good practice level. Delta Halo is probably the best level in the game, if I'm being honest. But if you really want to get good, play Gravemind. Like, especially if you're an easy runner, you're gonna improve the most if you get good at Gravemind. If you can do the second half of Gravemind well, then you can do like everything else. If you're playing Legendary, you should really still know, you should learn all the levels on easy. I mean, because it's one thing to, if your goal is just to beat the levels quickly, like using Legendary strats and like surviving. You're unlocking a whole new way to play the game when you play easy, because every fraction of a second starts to matter. The way you cut corners, the way you like move. Easy's a whole different ball game. If you truly want to be good at legendary, you have to play a little bit of easy. Because you have to learn how to like save those microseconds everywhere. And it's way easier to learn that on easy. Yo, what up, Bark? What up, Jack?
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
Why are you still shooting? What did I do to celebrate the night of world record? Nothing. I was gonna go out, but then it was cold and rainy, and I was inside and I was warm. I decided to stay inside.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
Yeah, it's starting to become our cold and rainy season. Like, it was like 45 degrees or something. Not like cold, but just like... And like slightly rainy. So just like cold enough that I don't want to go outside. I could have, just didn't want to.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我
I don't know, the assault rifle with the little numbers on the front, or the sword are both pretty iconic as well. Battle rifle up there as well. No way.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
You know, I still can't believe I actually finally got the dang record. Feels like a blur. There were those that said this day would never come.
渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
What are they to say? You know, the guys that were like making alt accounts trolling me like every single week, they haven't showed up yet. The haters have been real quiet. They could at least make fun of me for taking too long. I miss those guys. I have haters, yeah. For some reason I have a large amount of haters. I've amassed quite a few haters over the years. Yo, Grammar, thank you. Dark, you'd be crazy. Like, it's a couple people I know. They have different distinct styles, but I legit during the last year I banned like these two people probably like 100 times each. I have so many people that I've banned for trolling. A lot of times their messages are so like obvious they get caught by Automod and I just instant ban them before anybody else sees them in chat. But like, a guy's been so persistent making like a new account every single day. He did it for like more than 6 months straight. It was crazy. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the 10. No, he just double punched me in the head. Fuck, I should have just needled him. That was you, Cyrus. Thank you. I'll check the comment in a minute. I appreciate it. Have this guy not die.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吧？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，他有鬼面枪。体型小的人先走。
Did I see Binals' Infinite run? No, but I heard he got a decent one, a pretty good one. I haven't ran Infinite in a long time, and I never ran all missions, so I don't actually know what a good run looks like. When I ran Infinite, I ran any percent, which skipped most of the game. He did an all missions run, so I don't actually know most of the missions. I mean, I know obviously Nails is cracked, so I know the run's good, but I don't have, like, as much of an appreciation for it. It's all tank gun, it's kind of boring. Tank gun's harder to use than you think, and it's also probably more like grapple slide tank gun, which is even harder. I don't know. I don't mind the tank gun stuff. I think it's actually pretty cool. That gun's weird to use. I mean, Nails runs are usually close to perfect, to be honest. He's like, overall, he's the best Halo speedrunner. He's done the best runs of the most games. So when Nails posts a run that he worked really hard on, which he obviously did on this Infinite one because he posted a video like a month ago, unlisted, and it was the world record for Halo Infinite. So he wasn't happy with that one a month ago, and he's clearly been grinding for about a month. So I don't know, if Nails works really hard on a run, it's going to be a good one. He's overall the best runner. It's really not that close. A lot of people might think like Zoo or Sloth, or they might say me, but it's Nails. It's definitely Nails. What up, Subwhistle? It's the ideal grave mine time here. I mean, really, ideal gets to be pretty crazy. I'm looking for probably sub 8, very low 8, like a 750 or something around that ballpark. 801, 750, somewhere around there. But really, you could get as low as 730. It's so. This is such a long level though, and Halo 2 is so hard. It's hard to say.
就往这方向。
No! Wait, I lived. That's a surprise.
看到恶魔格杀无论。
他们正在增加巡逻队，小心。
Dude, I got spotted by the jackals. That's troll. Don't come down here, Mr. Brute. He did! That was fast, too. Are there any impressive ODST speedruns? Yeah, I think all the ODST records are probably pretty impressive. There's actually some cool launches and stuff that you might not know about. Uplift Reserve, for example, the level record takes a warthog at the very beginning. It drives out of bounds slightly, like up a rock, and then it launches itself all the way to the top of the map. It launches you and the warthog, like, is two separate, but you're not in the warthog when you launch it, so it's actually a really difficult launch. You have to like use the warthog to hit yourself, and while the warthog flies upwards it has to land out of bounds as well. And then you just drive to the end of the level while you're out of bounds. That's a pretty cool trick. It's similar to the last level. They do something where they launch a warthog out of bounds with themselves. There's some other things where they use, like, they drive a Banshee on top of a Phantom, and then they use that to push the Banshee out of bounds. That's a kind of cool thing. There's a bunch of small little launches where they, like, jump off of a cone, or jump, like, on all of the Mombasa streets, there's, like, trash and, like, tires and cones and shit. You can launch off of a lot of those things, and they do a bunch of nerdy little launches like that. You guys should hear the Heretic Leader in Chinese and the Prophet of Regret. They're both hilarious. The Heretic Leader on Oracle is crazy. Don't throw a grenade. Wait, you spawn here? How do you spawn here? You're never gonna play classic anyway, Toy Chest. Nice joke, though. I try to convince people to play classic, and nobody does. Maybe someday. Will you die? You don't have a capture card? Yeah, is that the only thing stopping you, sub? Otherwise you'd play. Top 5 kind of free? Honestly, top 5 isn't that hard. But, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're counting as top 5 as well. Because 2 of the top times aren't listed on the leaderboard you're probably looking at. Top 3 is not that easy. Top 2 is even harder.
保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼臂手队长，他有鬼臂枪。
How did you not die? I don't think there's a zoom with B control scheme. I'll go through the control schemes after this reset if you want to see them.
已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。别靠近他！就往这方向。
No, don't punch me. Let's see. Yeah, there's a cartographer mod that lets you do ghosting that does exist. Button layout. So there's 4 button layouts. This is default. This is what everyone. This is pretty much the only good one. It's actually not true. I think Southpaw is probably better because sword flying it puts it on 2 different hands, and I think it's probably easier to coordinate. But nobody wants to switch. This is it's the exact same button layout except left and right are switched. So grenade is on the right and shoot is on the left. I think this is probably technically better, but I will never play it. It's kind of too difficult to learn from my brain. Boxer, switch grenades, use left weapon is B, melee is on left trigger. Switch weapons. Jump is on A. Reload is on X. Otherwise, a pretty normal layout. It's just it's flops, melee, and left trigger. And this one is it does have zoom. It has zoom on B. This is a one. Use left weapon, use right weapon, zoom on B, jump, reload, switch, crouch. Oh, so I mean, this isn't a crazy. Yeah, this isn't that crazy. Melee on thumbstick isn't that crazy. Yeah, I think this is a. I mean, you might find. I mean, no, there's no way you can't do this. You just wouldn't be able to do a charity skip or prison skip. You would have to switch. You would have to switch layouts. You couldn't do this. This would be nonsense. Thanks, troops. Yeah, I think modern games should have complete remapping, but you got to remember this game came out in 2004. This was when they were they didn't even have the like controls figured out themselves for first-person shooters at this time. Like console games just didn't allow complete remapping. It was like unheard of. They were barely figuring out like user interfaces in general for consoles. To give like that layer of control like in a user menu like just didn't exist at the time. The menus were pretty bare bones for console games. But yeah, I agree. At today's point in gaming, rebinding should be a practically necessity for most games. Unless there's a reason you shouldn't be able to rebind, which I can't think of any, but there might be some design decisions the developers want you to play a certain way. But like, yeah, most games should allow rebinding at this point. I mean, some old NES and even Game Boy games did have rebinding. Like Pokemon Pinball, for example, for the Game Boy has complete rebinding. But those are games that only have like 1 or 2 buttons. Once you start getting into full scale, like more than just hold left and right and shoot. Once you get into like deeper games, those games never have rebinding. We are trying the world record grave mine. Vita.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
I heard the new Halo has rebindable HUD, where you can move the HUD elements around. I think that's a game that an element that all modern games should start taking. This is actually a really good innovation for Halo. I heard you can move the radar, the ammo, the grenades and that stuff, and you can change its like position on screen. Not many console games do that. Not many games at all do that. I think more games should allow that. Yeah, RTS and like MMOs are like the only games I can think of that allow you to move stuff around like that, like full HUD elements.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
But as far as like first-person shooter games, I know Valve for Counter-Strike Go was pretty customizable, and even more for the earlier iterations. But I think they've limited it more on CS2 intentionally. Like you can't move anything anymore. But I think it is nice. I think it's a cool idea. I like those kind of features that like. You don't realize it at the time, but like those kind of like small baby steps in UI customization just eventually become the standard for like every game over time. Like one of the things that is kind of interesting was like playing battle royales and seeing like features pop up in each of the battle royale clones, and then all of the rest of the genre adopt it. Like there was most of the games originally didn't have a pinging system, and then eventually you could like ping an item and it would like alert your team like, hey, here's the thing. And then that got more advanced where it would like add a beacon and it would like put it on the mini-map. And then that got more advanced and it would like add a little thing to the compass on your map telling you which direction to turn. And then it got even more advanced where it would put a beacon of light like shining straight down. And like each of those iterations kind of came from a different game. And like those kind of like UI elements, eventually they just become standard in the HUD of like every game. Watching the Battle Royale genre evolve was pretty cool, because they had a bunch of problems to solve that, like, H1Z1 was one of the early popular ones, and PUBG as well, and then Fortnite, and then there was, like, Realm Royale or something, and there was a bunch of smaller ones that popped up here and there. And then Apex a little bit later, but... So, like, originally some of the problems they had to solve was, how do you force the players, when there's 100 players on the map, how do you force them into a smaller zone? Well then, so they added the gas, and that shrinks. Well, how do you decide where it shrinks? Is it a predetermined location? Can you let the players know ahead of time? How much damage does the gas have to do? How quickly does the circle have to shrink? What if the circle lands on one lucky person? Do they ever have to move? Eventually, they solve all these problems. Like Fortnite makes the final circle doesn't just shrink in one spot. It shrinks and then it moves to a different spot. And then it moves to a different spot as it shrinks. Well, then, like, what if you get too many people alive and the circle is really small? Well, then you have, like, extra damage incentives where, like, now you take damage if there's too many people alive in the server, or now the storm deals extra advanced damage. I don't know. It's kind of cool, like, the genre really evolved a lot with the, like, the problems they had to solve to make the game mode work well. One of the very first PUBG tournaments, the guy won by hiding in the storm for the entire time and bandaging. Obviously, that's not the developer intended experience, but while everyone else was like running from the storm because it dealt damage, they were playing the way the developers intended and fighting in the shrinking circle. This guy was looting every single house because now there's no enemies. He got free looting terrain of the entire map and looted an infinite amount of bandages and out-healed the storm and became the last man standing. And he won the tournament that way. That was his strategy. So, like, obviously that's not the way a tournament is supposed to go for a battle royale. But they had to solve that problem. Oh, I got reinforcements. Also, I think it's fine that all of these companies clone each other. I mean, they should. If there's a cool idea in a user interface, like, or a game design element that is, like, revolutionary to the genre, all of the other people should copy it. And they should do that until they make better games. I don't mind it at all. That's what I want in my video games. That's how video games have been made forever. Like, you look at the original NES games, they're all like 2D Mario clones. And Mario wasn't the first to do it. I don't know, they're like, but eventually you see it evolve and eventually they get the scoreboard on the bottom. And then you get the life counter advances and becomes not just like a text at the top of the screen that's overlaid like Super Mario Bros. Does. They added in a whole nother section of the screen that includes like health points, life, score, timer, and then eventually that turns into an inventory, and now you've got levels with persistent inventory tracking, and then like all of that evolved on one generation of consoles.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。好啊
！Come on, buddy.
就往这方向。
用各种方法加强戒备，看到恶魔核查无论。
他们正在增加巡逻队，小心点。等一下，我正在读取友军 IFF 雷达记录，这讯号是从某个低于你目前位置的地方发出来的。小心小心，先走。这里，敌人在这边。
等等，
士官长，快跳！
Save.
处理有2队陆战队，我会锁定他们的位置，你要安静地杀了那些守卫。
欢迎指
士官长，到最下面那一层，
人的信物很干净。
陆战队就在里
多
面，
亏查塔
小心那些守卫。
洛斯跟鬼面兽从虫族当中抢救神的信物，真是太感谢了。
太好了，真相先知正在传送他们的信
You
物。
guys don't have to shoot at me.
我侦测到真相就在这座塔外面，士官长。那附近有个出口，快！
No.
你一定不会相信新闻。
Hit the fly, damn it.
毁灭性信息。不要担心，都是一些不成熟的东西。我猜他们绝对
此
想
时议员们正聚集在黑楼，以查看神的信物是否安全。神与一切史上最深切的情，伟大的逃生之旅就此从黑。
Oh, come on. Please. 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 First try. Easy every time. This was fast enough before that. This could have been it. It was gonna be tight, but it can't do it anymore. It's like 2 minutes from right here to the end. Please hit the bot. No. Get on the turret. This one doesn't mid-air stop, does it? Please hit the fly. Yeah, that one doesn't. Do. Skibbity bop. Alright, that would be like a 910, a little bit faster. 905. Not bad. Yo, what up, Trunks? Thank you for the resub. Welcome back.
不，我不这么觉得。
It's in Mandarin Chinese because it's faster for this level specifically. I killed the other one. Yeah.
我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
心小的人先走，撤退。
Why do I not have ammo? Okay, that's fine.
就往这方向。
That will stop.
他们正在增加巡逻队，小心点。
Ain't no way. Hit the headshot. Yeah, I've had dragon smoke before. The milk stout from Michigan.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
What do you mean everything's locked behind a paywall, brother? The AI voices isn't everything. If you want little robots to talk to you, I don't mind that being the monetization of the game. Nothing in Infinite was locked behind a paywall. I don't know. I guess the basic colors should be free. Red, blue, yellow, green, Spartan colors. That should be free. I agree. That's a staple of the franchise. Every armor, I think if you want a different armor style, I think all of those should cost money. I think if you want a fancy, colorful coating, a shiny thing, I think that's fine. I think the only thing they really dropped the ball on was not giving the primary colors for free. I think they should have given those base Spartan options that every game has always had for free.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
But otherwise, like, I mean, that's how games make money. The fact that the multiplayer was free is, like, hand in hand with those skins. That's the monetization model now. We were just just talking about games evolving over the years. The monetization model has too, and it's shifted to microtransactions. And the skins is one of the least invasive ones that exists as far as systems goes. And I think Halo's actually is really good because it's not a loot box system, it's not a gambling system. It's just pay for exactly what they sell you, you get exactly what you thought you got. I don't know. I think that's one of the things Infinite gets really right, is the way that they sell skins. But I do think it's a shame that they didn't have, like, the primary colors that you would expect for Halo. I understand the people that were upset about that.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
大最高隐蔽屋，危险！
Oh, hello.
麻烦了。
That was a jump scare and a half. Will you leave me alone? Can't kill him. Dude, that brute jump scared me out of nowhere. I should have just stuck him.
越快杀死鬼面兽
I mean, Fortnite wasn't the first game to sell skins. You know what I'm pretty sure was the real first AAA game to sell skins, or at least attempt to, was that controversy with, was it Skyrim trying to sell like the golden skin armor? And the internet lost their shit saying, no way are we gonna pay $15 DLC for a cosmetic. The internet like absolutely lost their fucking mind. I'm pretty sure that was like the first instance. Before CSGO existed, it was Skyrim.
小心鬼面兽队长，还有一枪。
Skins actually didn't even exist when Counter-Strike came out. When CSGO first came out, it didn't have skins. That was an update that they later added skins to the game, and it's actually one of the updates that's credited with like saving the game's life. Counter-Strike Source in 1.6 had skins, but they were user skins. Like, if you joined a server, they could give you a custom skin, or you could download a custom skin and put it in a certain folder, and it would change the way your character looked. But those games didn't have a skin market. And Counter-Strike Go didn't have a skin market when it first launched. That came out with an update a little bit later.
保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。 小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。
No.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？
Yo, a shenanigans raid.
封锁通道。
Let's go. Thank you for the raid, Shin. Did you get all the Pokemon? Except 3 of them? Coward. Thank you for the raid. Is that record, I assume? You were yelling about an Eevee the last time I was watching. Nobody else has done a run. Yeah, I figured you were one of the first people. No. You lived. Share the sub 120 soon. I'm probably gonna go for a bunch of ILs first, and then I'll come back and go for sub 120 maybe. But it's certainly possible. The start of that run is so insane though. It's so hard to match that early game. Yeah, it's basically perfect until Regret, and then Sacred Icon, I lose a little bit, and then I like bleed a little bit until the end. But I didn't lose like a major amount of time anywhere. It was just a couple like small spots that add up here and there. So that's cool. I mean, a run with no like major mistakes is pretty cool. The biggest mistake was like dying twice on Great Journey, and like that was overall a relatively small mistake.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
What's up, cutting crew? I finally did it though. I became the very best, like no one ever was. Now the only thing left is to catch all the IL records, and I'll truly be a Pokemon master.
就往这方
Wish I didn't take damage there. Yeah, that's annoying. Man. It was the only skill I knew. The only reason I knew it is because I watched a streamer, Siglemic, grind it for like 12 hours a day, every day for like a couple weeks to get it. It looked like a grand old time. Shen, were you around for that Siglemic grind? When he grinded the agility by like jumping on the roofs like 12 hours straight every day for a couple weeks? Yeah, that was like 2013 or 2014. It was a long time ago. Good times, though. Dude, Sig was such a legend. I wouldn't have the Halo Legendary record if it wasn't for Sig. That dude was an inspiration. I mean, whenever I started my first subathon, part of the inspiration was Sig doing his 12 hours of attempts every day in August. And I started like grinding like 10 hours every day for like a month. And that was like the start of one of my subathons. And that's when I started getting like the records for easy. And once I got the easy record, I decided I guess I might as well get the legendary one. And now here we are. Sig did this thing in like August of 2013 where he grinded 10 hours or 12 hours, I can't remember. It was I think he did 12 hours of SM64 every single day for an entire month of August. It was an insane grind. Dude was the SM64 GOAT. I don't know, that was one of the most legendary grinds I've seen on Twitch. And I figured if Sig can do it, I can do it. That's how we started our grinding. Come on, Grunt.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼步枪。
You know who else inspired me during my grind? Shift, the Battle for Bikini Bottom SpongeBob streamer. That dude's a goat. I always knew during my grind, if I hadn't gotten my time yet, I could tune into a Shift stream, and that guy would still not have his goal time yet either. Dude's been grinding Battle for Bikini Bottom for like 10 years. He's improved the record a ton. He's like way ahead of second place. He's the best. But he's never happy with his time. He always wants to go faster. So, shift grinded the whole time playing the same game. I figured I can keep doing it. Shift has like 30,000 hours in the game. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. I'm glad there's not a tracker in Halo 2. I don't want to know how many hours I have. It's probably not far off. Especially if you count the multiplayer hours from back in the day. I played so much multiplayer. When this game was the popular game for Xbox, I played like multiplayer every single day, all day. And then when Halo 3 came out, I stopped. So I wouldn't have like hours that racked up during those years. But then I came back in like 2013 and 2014. I did speedruns like every day. And then I took a break for a few years. And now I'm back again and doing speedruns every day. So if you add up like all of the different careers I've had playing the game over the years, I probably have like at least 20,000 hours. Well, I've streamed it every day for like a year and a half now, basically. So like 500 days with minimum 4-hour streams. That's like 2,000 hours just in the last year and a half. Probably closer to like 3,000.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。在哪儿？这里，敌人在这边。
No way.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
So which one of you is better, Devious or Shen? You guys 1v1, who wins? Shen? Every time I join Shen's stream, I swear he's like playing a new spot in that game I've never seen before. I watch other people play RuneScape, and I think, yeah, this looks like RuneScape. And then I tuned into a Shen stream, and he's like fighting like 400 blue squares and clicking everywhere on the screen and saying, man, I got unlucky there. I don't even know what's happening half the time when I'm watching his stream.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。没有那么大嘛。
该死的恶魔！
就往这方向。越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心对手队长，还有回力枪。
That's fun.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
攻击！
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅。
How close to winning at RuneScape are you, Shen? Have you done like everything? I feel like you've got to be close to winning at this point. You're gonna dip. Oh yeah, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the raid. He's like 100,000 hours away. So you know, but you never win at RuneScape. Is that the deal? What if they made it possible to win before shutting down the servers? They increased XP on everything by like 10,000%. I don't know what the fuck a third age item is. Is it really already midnight? How late am I gonna stream tonight? I didn't realize it was so late when I went live. One in 300,000 chance. That seems fair.
真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
快跑啊！
就往这方向。
How are you not enraged? I just shot your friend right in front of you.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
So who has the most third age items? Is there anybody who has like 10? Most is 12. That's crazy. I have 23.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
I just said it yesterday morning. It shouldn't take me too much longer to get this record, but I mean, it is still it's still a world record, so it's not gonna be free. But with the strats I'm using and like my current skill level, it really shouldn't take that long. No. Pretty good.
I'll 把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到锁引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。就往这方向。
No, I missed the ammo. No. Fuck. That's pretty fast too. You know, I don't like this grunt spawn. Let's get a different one. So the rank of the grunts is random, and you can reset it and get a different position by saving and quitting and reloading the level. So let's see if we get a different set of grunts here. I kind of, if I'm gonna get an ultra, which I think you're usually like, so I have one there. For you, I don't think I like this spawn either. That's okay. So it's only one ultra. That might not be bad. If I'm getting one ultra, I prefer it to be on the other side, but it's fine.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。 小心鬼面兽队长，还有步枪。
你先去跑。
That was pretty good.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统。 这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
人在哪啊？
就往这方向。
I lived somehow. That's crazy. Take those.
他们正在增加巡逻队，小心点。
No, this was fast shit.
在这居留处里有2队陆战队，我会锁定他们的位置。你要安静的杀了那些守卫。 面兽，毁灭。鬼面兽，越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
Alright. Get one more. I want one more to prison skip, and then I'll probably call it quits. Will you please die? Did I still not kill any of them? Are there still 3 alive? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, wow, I didn't kill any of them.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。 小心鬼面兽队长，他有鬼步枪。
You know, I kind of want to do an all skulls on speed run. I think people would probably like that, wouldn't they? I've been thinking about routing and doing all skulls on speed runs.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
I feel like there are some cool launches I can do on some of the levels.
小心鬼面兽队长，他有鬼步枪。
Which levels are even substantially different? Like, High Charity, for example, is the same. Cairo Station, I can do the overload and just walk through the level. But that wouldn't even be the fastest way, really.
快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
I really want to figure out how to be a better YouTube video editor so that I can like make the explanation content that I want. I need to just like get some of my skills up leveled up where I want them.
提醒小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼门枪。
拿出道具。
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的支柱。
This might be my last run of the night. It's kind of late.
12:30.
I want one more that makes it to the prison section. Let's hope this one makes it that far.
这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
快去跑啊！
就往这方向。
How does that not enrage the brute, man? He's supposed to enrage there. All right, I got one more in me. One more that makes it to that room. This is the one.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。 小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼门枪。
Did I really not kill that guy? Nope. Come on, I can do it. One more run. One more good run.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
No.
越快杀死鬼面 面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吧？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
I want to get this run soon, man. I really don't want to be stuck on the grave grind forever. I launched my own class. That's great. Zoo has the record for this level. We have to erase Zoo from existence on the classic leaderboards. He can be left with nothing.
真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
I really wish my shots connected. Is this the only Zoo has Arbiter as well, right? Zoo has Gravemind, Sacred Icon, and Arbiter. Gotta take those levels. And then it'll be like Zoo never ran this game.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
It's completely Thanos snapped out of existence, erased from history.
保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，他有鬼迷枪。越快杀死鬼面兽。鬼面兽。越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。
One more to that room. I gotta stop.
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
One more.
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。
1, 2, 3, 4.
小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。
Why are you guys refusing to die?
越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。越快杀死鬼面兽越好。
恶魔已经渗透到会议厅了吗？保护祭司，封锁通道。
哦不，我不这么觉得。 小心鬼面兽队长，还有鬼面枪。
把这条眼睛
Will you die? It's slow. Start though. This is gonna be my last one, I think. I need to take a break.
把我放在其中一个比较靠近门的。
It's 12:30. Enough speedrunning for tonight.
真相先知已经拿到索引器了，你必须从他那夺回来。让我来解决这些门。动身吧，我在这里监控系统，这样比较容易追踪真相先知。
快逃啊！
就往这方向。
Will you please just die? Man, that stupid Jackal ruining my night. I'm going to bed. Fuck you, Jackal. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll be back tomorrow morning. See you guys.